During our time in control of Kratos, we have suffered a great deal of misfortune and abuse at the hands of the gods, and the reason all of this was even allowed to occur was because of fate. Specifically, the Sisters of Fate. The problems that these beings caused has left Kratos thinking negatively about fates and fate itself in general. But what if things are different this time around in Midgard? What if the Norse fates, the Norns, aren't malicious and loyal to the chief deity of their respective pantheon like the Greek fates were to Zeus? Even the gods are subject to fate, so the Norns are more powerful than any Norse deity. So why would they even consider being loyal to someone like Odin, or anybody else for that matter? From the way that it seems, the Norns are our allies during our adventures in the Nine Realms. The word Norn means to twine, and in this case specifically, to twine the thread of fate in correlation with the flow of time. Some accounts say that there are a great number of them, others say that there are only 3. For the sake of time and to allow more detail, we will be going with the latter for this video. The 3 Norns in discussion are called Erd, meaning the past, Verdandi, meaning what is presently coming into being, and Skuld, meaning what shall be. The 3 Norns live in a hall beside the Well of Fate, which is located under the mighty Yggdrasil. In another act of hearsay, the origin of the Norns is brought into question. One account states that the Norns do not seem to come from any beings that can be recognized, and another states that they are described as powerful maiden Jotuns, whose arrival from Jotunheim put an end to the golden age of the gods. For this particular video, we will once again go with the latter. The Norns have been shown to exercise their fate-crafting abilities via several means. One of these is casting wooden lots, which are pieces of wood with symbols on them that were thrown down into a small area and interpreted after. They would also weave pieces of cloth and carve runes into wood. There was also another method that was exclusive to Skuld, which was taking part in selecting the slain warriors of battle to go to Valhalla, technically making her a Valkyrie. Now that we are a little more informed as to who the Norns are, how about we discuss their intentions? As ironic as it may seem, the Norse fates are on our side this time around, contrary to their Greek counterparts, and I have several reasons why this theory may very well be true. First off, if the Norns are truly giants, then they have every right to work in our favor. The gods sort of do have a very bad history with the giants, tracing back all the way to the creation of the Aesir by the frost giant Ymir. The gods desire to have complete control over all creation, including their own creators. Eventually, Odin's hatred for the giants and his thirst for forbidden knowledge led him to order his son Thor to murder every single giant in Midgard. Things are also not looking too good regarding the future between the 2 factions either, as the giants are meant to destroy the gods' home Asgard during Ragnarok. If we tie all of this together with the fact that Kratos was married to the legendary Jotun Laufey, the Norns will want fate to lean in Kratos' favor, so that they can have their revenge on the gods. This next reason can also be combined with the previous one, but for now let's isolate it to avoid any issues. Although I stated earlier that the Norn Skuld can be considered a Valkyrie, doesn't mean that she will be a Valkyrie in God of War. But let's say that she indeed was a Valkyrie before Odin cursed them. You may be wondering why Skuld wasn't affected by this curse, but the answer to that is pretty simple. She is a being whose power vastly surpasses that of the gods. I would like to imagine that since she has some control over fate, her name essentially meaning the future, she probably knew of Odin's treachery a while beforehand, and took some sort of safety measure. The fact that she may also be a Jotun just adds to her ability to see into the future. So, if Skuld really is a former Valkyrie, there's no doubt that she harbors some sort of ill will towards Odin, whether you would prefer to pair this with the whole giant genocide issue or not. It would be safe to say that the other Norns share these hard feelings, since their fellow fate crafter could have possibly been put in danger. Manipulating fate to allow Kratos to free her Valkyrie allies and possibly push another agenda could be something that Skuld is intent on doing. This final supporting reason is a bit more out there than the previous two, but it can still be an entertaining one. We all remember the Nornir chests scattered through the game that we can only unlock by destroying 3 little rune figures, or fulfilling the requirements of different types of mini-puzzles. Who's to say that the Norns didn't place these chests along our path in anticipation of our adventure to ultimately destroy the gods? This reason can also be supported by the last two, along with being its own separate thing. Maybe the Norns are just bored and want to aid Kratos in becoming stronger in order to succeed on his journey. The runes on the Norn chest symbolically stand for destiny, journey, and strength. This could be telling us that we need the strength given to us by the chests from the apples and horns to aid us in our journey towards our destiny. Well then, what did all of you think of this theory? Do you think any of it holds up? Is there something missing, and would you like to add anything? Please let me know all of your thoughts in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be back soon with more God of War content. Until next time.